You, what is up? What is up? Hope you're doing well. Today is going to be a very valuable video for you. I swear to God. What I'm gonna be explaining in today's video is gonna be a full step-by-step guide on how to gain 13 kilograms of muscle in the next 6 months. And I know that might sound crazy and unrealistic, but when you think about it, it's actually doable. It's very, very doable, especially as a beginner, which probably if you're watching this, most of you guys are. So if you're a beginner, you can gain up to 0.5 kilograms every single week. So half a kilogram a week. If you gain half a kilogram of muscle a week for 6 months straight, doing a proper bulk, that's 13 kilograms. That's literally 13 kilograms, which is fucking crazy. Like, I do realize that. I know it's a big promise, but I actually am 99% sure that you can fucking do it. And I'm probably gonna try it as well. Maybe a little bit less because I'm not a complete beginner. But even me as like intermediate to advanced level, I can still gain probably up to 5 to 10 kilograms in the next 5 months, in the next 6 months if I done a proper bulk. So this is mostly gonna be for beginners. I'm gonna be doing this off the cuff, no script. You can listen to this while you're on a walk or while you're driving or whatever. Yeah, you can sit down and watch it, but it's gonna be just B-roll footage of me lifting, so probably not gonna be that interesting. What's most important is that you actually just take in the information, you listen to it once, twice, 3 times, and you execute on it, and hopefully, well, not hopefully, you just, yeah, you just take action and you fucking get results, dude. So I could totally have put this in a course. This could have been like a course that I could sell for $100, but you get this all this shit all for free, because I just felt like it. Yeah, let's get into it. First thing you gotta do is get a workout program. Can actually be really fucking simple. This is actually the least important thing, believe it or not. You can get jacked on any fucking split. You can get jacked doing any fucking workout program. If you just stay consistent with it, any fucking workout program, even a shitty workout program can get you jacked if you're just consistent with it. So don't fucking overthink this, okay? Just think about how many times a week do you want to train and are you able to train. For example, if you're very busy and you only have like a few hours a week that you are available, right, that you're free to train and go to the gym, don't pick a split or don't pick a program where you have to be in the gym 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, because you're not going to stick to that. Instead, try something that's like lower volume, something that takes like a few hours a week, something like a simple push-pull leg split, maybe that just takes you 3 hours a week. I've done that. It works. You can absolutely gain muscle with it. If you train hard enough, you can do higher volume. If you want to, you can do a bro split if you want to. If you have the time for it and you just want to go to the gym every single day, by all means do it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that this split is better than the other one. My personal preference, I've done both, and for me personally, the thing I enjoy doing the most is just getting in the gym for like an hour, just hitting some PRs, and then just getting out, and then just chilling the rest of the day. Ideally, I don't really go to the gym more than 5 times a week. 5 times a week for me seems to be the maximum. I can push for 6 days a week if I'm really like in a grinding period where gym is the most important thing, but most of the time I get burnt out pretty quickly doing that. Meanwhile, if I train less, if I train 3 to 4 days a week, I have noticed that I look forward to my workouts way more. Even like in my head, it's like, oh, I can only train 3 days a week. God damn it! And I'm actually sad about it. I want to train more, but I don't. But the reason I want to train more is because I train less. I hope that makes sense. But if If I was gonna train 5 days a week, it might be fun for like a month, and then I want to train less again, because then I feel like gym is all I do, right? And then it becomes like a part-time job, and then I start becoming more like this gym cell type guy, not really enjoying life anymore. All I'm thinking about is pulling muscle, all that shit. And sure, for a period that's fine, but I've noticed that just, life just gets in the way. I work a lot. I don't have much time. I don't want to spend all my free time in the gym. I just want to get the physique and then enjoy the physique. So that's just my personal preference. If you are in a situation right now where you can train more and you want to train more, I'd say do it. Like, if you are motivated, motivation is the best fucking fuel that you have. So if you're motivated to train 6 days a week, fucking do it. It does not matter what everybody says. Don't listen to the guys on the internet saying, oh, you're training too much, you need to train less. All this fucking bullshit, it doesn't fucking matter. The best split for you is the one that you enjoy the most. The best training program is the one that you enjoy the most. The best training style is the one that you enjoy the most. If you are having fun and you stay consistent with it because you are having fun, you will get jacked. That's it. That's how it works. It's not about being the most optimal all the time, okay? Optimal works, but not if you hate it. Like, look at all the fucking jabbed guys in the gym. Most of them, they're doing like upper, lower, or bro split. From what I've seen, right? Like, a lot of them are just doing a fucking bro split. Like, big fucking guys, like the biggest guy in my fucking gym, they're all doing bro split. Why? Because it's just fun. It's just fun. Sometimes I feel like doing bro split too. For me personally, like the period that I'm in right now, it's not really like bro split isn't really what I want to do right now. I do really enjoy an upper lower split, training 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes I'll add in like a shoulder day or like an arm day. But other than that, I just like training upper body as a whole and then lower body once a week. I don't know who these psychopaths are that are able to train legs more than once a week. I'm not one of them. And it's not because I don't enjoy it. It's because I just physically can't. But yeah, I'm rambling on. Point I'm trying to make is just pick fucking split, and then just pick one that you know for certain you're gonna be able to stick to, and then just pick that one and just stick with it for the next 6. And if you don't want to think about it at all, you can just join my community. Link will be in the description. It's completely free. I will give you a program. You won't have to think about anything. You won't have to look for anything anymore. I will give you a program. You can put it into a training app and just plug it in and just track every single workout for next 6 months and get fucking jacked. It's gonna be a program that works, that I find enjoyable. Hopefully you will find it enjoyable too. If not, we can still switch it. No worries. Point is, no pressure. If not, just Google something. I don't know. Maybe you already have a program. Great. Just pick one, stick with it. That's the most important thing. All right. That was way too much information for this first part. So I'm gonna try speeding it up a little bit. I'm very sorry if I yap for too long. This video might be like 30 minutes if I keep going like this. But next thing, probably like I said before, the workout split was the least important part. The next part is probably the most important, and it's diet. And diet in the sense that you need to be eating more, dude. If you are skinny right now, you want to bulk, like the only way you're gonna gain weight is if you eat more calories than you are burning. Like, that's just how it works. I wish it was more complicated than that, because then I could sell you a program and make more money from you. But it's really not fucking complicated. It's just calories in versus calories out. Weight loss means burning more calories than you are eating. Weight gain means eating more calories than you are burning. That's the equation. That's how it works. Sadly, I don't know. I actually think it's great because that makes it easy for us to actually achieve our goals. It's really fucking simple. So, how do you determine the amount of calories that you need to eat? This is difficult because you never really truly know how much calories you are burning. Like, there's even if you are able to like track steps and cardio and all that stuff, like you never really know how much you're really burning, because it's really different from person to person. If I run 3 miles, 3 kilometers, I'm gonna burn certain amount of calories. If somebody that weighs 10 kilograms less than me is gonna do that, he's gonna burn less or maybe more. I don't know how it works. Like, point is, you don't fucking know how much you're burning. So the only thing that you can focus on is controlling how much you're eating. And if you want to gain weight, that means eating as much as possible without getting fat. Now, this is difficult because a lot of people, they're going to hear, oh, I just have to eat as much as possible, as much calories as possible, and I'm going to start eating pizzas every day. That's not a good strategy, because muscle is built with protein. So you need protein as a way to make sure that your muscles are, gonna get bigger. Do you only need protein? Do you need as much protein as all these guys online are saying? Probably not, but you do need a lot of protein, and the standard diet for most people is probably not enough protein. Like, if you're just eating what your parents make, for example, if you're still living at home, it's probably not gonna be enough protein. For me, it wasn't. Like, I was eating a pretty decent diet. It's not like my parents are eating really fucking unhealthy, but they're not really eating like much meat and eggs and stuff like that. So I had to increase my protein intake quite a lot, because it's just not something that the average person thinks about. You only start thinking about protein once you start going to the gym, and then once you start going to the gym, you start obsessing about protein, and you start thinking, oh, I need to eat more protein, and it's like all you want to eat is protein, but that's also like no good. You don't need that much protein. So what should you aim for? I'm gonna use kilograms because who the fuck uses pounds anyway? 2 grams per kilograms is the easiest way to calculate it. In reality, somewhere between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If you're in that range, you are fine. But I just like to aim for 2 kilograms because it's just really fucking easy to calculate. So your weight times 2, that's the amount of protein that you need in the day. Then for fats, easy thing to calculate as well, just your weight in kilograms times 1. That's probably gonna be good. I like to go a little bit higher though. Don't go too low in fats because you need it for like healthy hormones and shit. Important for testosterone as well, and testosterone helps in building muscles, so you don't want to go too low fat, but also, of course, not too high fat because it's also not ideal, right? Now, I actually don't worry too much about it. I like to go a little bit higher fat, especially when I'm bulking, because it's just calorie dense. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So if I eat lots of high fat foods, it's a lot easier for me to hit my calories because I have quite a low appetite naturally. And I don't like eating 6 meals a day. So that's how I kind of cheat a little bit and consume a little bit more calories by, for example, eating more nuts, drinking milk, adding some more butter or oils to my meals. And yeah, that's just a little tip there for you. If you have a low appetite and you want to increase your calories really easily, eat a little bit more fats. And then all the rest of the calories that you still have left, for example, if you need to hit 4,000 calories, all the rest of the calories is going to be from carbs. And for this, eat like healthy carbs, fruits, potatoes, rice. I see lots of guys eating lots of pasta. It's fine, but it's not ideal. Ideally, you focus more on like potatoes. You can do sweet potato, but I like white potatoes or yellow potatoes. Why are they called white potatoes, by the way? They're fucking yellow, aren't they? I don't understand. Anyway, so I hope that was a little bit clear. Just a short recap: 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and then 50 to 60% probably gonna be carbs, and then 1 gram per kilogram of body weight from fat. Some people say minimum 50 grams, some people say minimum 60 grams, some people say minimum 70 grams. It depends on the person, probably, you know. I think 1 gram per kilogram of body weight, you're probably good. But yeah, I like to go a little bit higher. A lot of people are hating on fat, but I think there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's not like unhealthy fats and shit like that, you know. As long as the fat is not coming from like McDonald's every day. I don't think there's anything wrong with like some nuts or some eggs or some butter or some olive oil or some avocados, like those kind of things. If those are your fat sources, like it does not, like it's not unhealthy, even if you're eating a fats on the higher side. You know, at the end of the day, just eat a balanced diet. I wish I could tell you like this is the best diet, you know, but like honestly, like just the balance of all three is probably ideal for like health reasons. Now, if you're trying to bulk, try to eat a little bit more carbs. I know it's just battle fuel basically for in the gym. Your workouts just gonna get way better. Your pumps are gonna get way better. You're gonna have more energy that you can put into the gym, and that's all gonna help you build more muscle, because the better your workouts are, the better the more muscle you're gonna build. So on that point, actually no, I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna sidetrack here again. I wanna say one more thing about the diet as your total calories, because I don't think I explained how to calculate your total calories. So there's a few ways to do it. You can download like an app, for example MyFitnessPal, and then just give your details and it will tell you how much you need to eat to gain a certain amount of weight. You can do that. That's pretty easy, simple way to do it. Or you can calculate it yourself, and if you want to calculate it yourself, body weight in kilograms times 33, which is gonna be around maintenance, and then just add 500, and then just step on the scale, see how much your weight is increasing, and look in the mirror to see how much of that weight is muscle and how much of that weight is fat. If you see that a lot of the weight that you're putting on is fat, you can probably go a little bit lower in calories. But if you're a beginner, you can gain a lot of muscle really fast. So don't be afraid of fast, especially if you're really skinny and you're gaining some fat. It's fine. It's probably good for you. You know, being too lean is also not healthy. So a little bit of fat, it's not gonna be a problem. You can really easily lose it again once the bulk is done. So I think that's everything for diet. So we've got workout training, we've got workout program, and then we've got diet. So those two things, yeah, they are just done now. At this point, you can click off the video, just execute, just do what I just said, and in 6 months you'll have gained a lot of weight and a lot of muscle, and you'll be really fucking happy that you watched this video. But if you just want some more extra tips, I'll see if I can come up with a little bit more like weird tips that you might not see in other videos. First one being caffeine. You might actually see people talking about this a lot more, but caffeine is a fucking cheat code, dude. Like, I don't know how I ever did workouts without caffeine. Like, I started drinking like a Monster Energy before every workout, and my workouts are just so much fucking better, right? Like, I don't know how I ever trained with such low energy before. Like, I don't know why, but caffeine, it just hypes me up. I respond very, yeah, I'm very sensitive to caffeine, I feel like. So even just a little bit gives me like a really nice boost, not just like physically, but also like mentally. I feel like way more hyped and excited, and just way more energetic overall. And I need that hype. I need that fucking hype to, you know, to enjoy my workout and to get a good workout, to really push hard in the gym. Like I said, like you need to have fucking fun, right? And for me, adding caffeine is just a lot of fucking fun. Sometimes I abuse it a little bit. I never really took pre-workout. I tend to stay away from that because I feel like it's a little bit too much. Maybe I'll try it once I start bulking this winter. Probably just gonna stick with my good old white monster though. So yeah, just try it. If you never had caffeine before, you might be very receptive to it. And yeah, your workout's probably gonna be a lot better on caffeine than without. So that's one thing. Another way to boost your workout is to have a little bit of sugar right before it. So fast acting sugars basically. This means like no complex carbs. Don't eat like pasta or rice or whatever before you work out. Start digesting. It's actually going to slow you down more than it's going to speed you up. What you need is some fast acting sugar. So fruits are really good. Or what I like to do, my preference is just a little tablespoon, teaspoon of honey. Just a few grams of quick carbs, just some quick energy, and helps me, get those first few sets in with a little bit more energy. You're gonna run out pretty fast, but it really helps to like kickstart your workout. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can even you can make some workout potion stuff. For example, like some orange juice. Like there's even power lifters and shit like that. They eat like candy in between sets, in between sets, just to get that fast like sugar rush boost to be able to train harder. So you can do shit like that. I'm not telling you to go eat candy in gym. It's a little bit weird in my opinion, but stuff like that. Just some quick carbs before you work out or even in between your workout if you need an energy boost can help you train harder again. There's some old school bodybuilders, like really, really old school bodybuilders that used to drink like orange juice or some water with salt and lemon to stay hydrated, stuff like that. You can do shit like that. I never really done it. Sometimes I put some salt in my water, especially if I train in the morning because I'm a little bit dehydrated still and I just want to hydrate really well so that I can get a good pump and yeah, just train better and build my muscle. Next one. Oh, I almost forgot the most important one. Creatine. Of course. If you can afford it, take fucking creatine. I think I waited 2 years before taking it because it was I don't need supplements. I'm gonna do it without supplement. And like it's true, you don't need supplements. It's a supplement, you know. But if there is one supplement that I recommend to everyone, it's fucking creatine. It does make a difference. For me personally, the first time I took it, I didn't really feel it because I took like 5 grams a day and I didn't really feel any benefits. So I thought like, what the fuck, this doesn't really work. So I stopped taking it. Then I tried it again a few months later and I upped the dose to 10 grams because I saw a lot of studies that creatine is really fucking good for you and that is actually good for the brain as well. And I was actually more taking it for the brain benefit because I heard that like if you take up to 10 grams a day, it's also good for the brain. Like 5 grams for the muscles, another 5 grams for the brain. Something I read something like that. I was like, let's fucking try it. Some things I felt way better workouts could be placebo. I don't know. I just was hitting PRs a lot more. Could have been that I just started a new training program. I don't know. I felt like my workouts were a lot better. I had more energy. I wasn't really getting as tired as quickly. My sleep improved. And if I had a bad night of sleep, the creatine kind of helped me for like having less brain fog and just having more mental energy. Again, could be placebo. I don't know, but that's just what it did to me. And now I've actually stopped taking creatine for the past month, and I've actually have felt a little bit more tired than usual. My sleep has been a little bit worse than usual, and I have felt a little bit less sharp mentally than usual. So that's just my personal experience. Is this science based? No, it's 100% just my own personal opinion and experience. Test it out for yourself. Yeah, take creatine if you want. Don't take it if you don't. It's pretty cheap. So price shouldn't really be an issue. It's way cheaper than like most protein powders and other and even pre-workouts and stuff like that. So if you're considering one supplement, let it be creatine. Is probably gonna be the best one for you. Start with 5 grams, see if it does anything. If not, you can increase the dose. For me, 10 grams seems to be the sweet spot. And then in terms of like protein powders and stuff, if you really need it, and you can't get enough protein just with your diet, you can supplement with some protein powder. But best way to get the protein in is just by eating it, by eating eggs and lots of meat. What I like to do sometimes is when I'm short on time, I just like to create like a protein shake with some eggs, some milk, and then some vanilla protein powder, just for the flavor mostly. I do that, or I do it in my Greek yogurt, and then it basically just creates like this vanilla yogurt taste, which is really nice. I've been doing that a lot as well, and it's like extra 30 grams of protein. So on days where you really need it, you absolutely use it. It works. It's been proven to work. Creatine and protein powder are two very well researched supplements that have been proven to work really well. Just buy it from a source that you trust. Don't buy it from some online scammy influencer or anything like that, because there can be some shady ingredients in there. But if you just buy it from like the big companies and trustable sources, you don't need to worry about it. Your mom might think you're on drugs or on steroids or something, so you might have to do some explaining if she sees, like a like a 3 kilogram basket or of protein powder standing in your room or something like that. If you live alone, like you've got free will, so lucky you. Uh, but like when I was still living at home, my mom literally thought I was using steroids when she saw that. So you might have to do some explaining and let her know that it's totally safe. But hey, it is what it is. That's the price you pay for being jacked. um, I think that's pretty much it, to be honest. Are there other life hacks? Yeah, like biggest life hack, honestly, is try to sleep as good as you can and as much as you can. Maybe not as long as you can, because sleeping long does not necessarily equal sleeping good. But sleep is definitely big difference. I always say this, like you can drink as much caffeine as you want, but the best energy boost, the best pre-workout is a good night of sleep, dude. It is. It is. Sometimes you're gonna sleep like shit, go to the gym and hit 5 PRs. That's just gonna happen on some random days. And then there's gonna be days where you slept really well and your workout is gonna be shit. It happens sometimes. But most of the time, if you sleep well, you're gonna just train better and you're gonna make better decisions throughout the day. You're gonna eat less junk food, you're gonna be less lazy, you're just gonna make better decisions, right? And that's very important. So yeah, I honestly think that's all you need to know. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video here because I think it's already very fucking long and editing is gonna take a shit ton of fucking work if I keep yapping, and I feel like it's just gonna take away from the value if I keep yapping for way longer. So hopefully, if you listen to the end, this was super fucking valuable, like I said in the beginning, and I delivered on my promise. If you want my personal help with anything fitness related, of course, with your bulk, the best way to get it is to join my community. It's totally free right now. So yeah, you get my personal help, whatever you need. Questions, you get a free call when you join. I'm in there daily to just answer questions if you have any. Yeah, I'm there to be your guide. I'm there to be your biggest cheerleader and wingman. I'm there to get you fucking jacked, dude. So if you want to join, the link will be in the description. If not, I will just see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, cheers.